Hey guys, it's I, always an Amy. There's there is a reason for that. Always an Amy because I have been married and divorced twice. Um, and no matter what my last name is, I'm always an Amy. What I wanted to talk about today is body image and wanting to be normal, and um, how when you get to a certain point, you're tired of not ever getting to have a drink with your dinner when you go out with friends, or you're the weirdo who orders an appetizer instead of a meal, or you order a meal and then you push it around on your plate because you can't eat most of it. And at a certain point, or at least for me, what happened was I started ordering a real meal and having a sip here and there with my food. And I feel like those were contributing factors to weight regain. Um, I also still look in the mirror even after as much regain as I've had. And as I go back down again, I look at myself in the mirror and I don't recognize myself. And nearly, I am just 4 days, 5 days from my 3-year surge anniversary. So I'm just a little past 155 weeks post-op gastric bypass. I am 5'4". I didn't say that in the last video, but I'm not a particularly tall person, so I'm 5'4", and today I am 166.9. My highest weight pre-surgery was 336 pounds. I was 280 on the day of my surgical consult. I was 265 on the day of my surgery, and my lowest recorded weight since then was 138 pounds. My goal or lifetime maintenance range is somewhere between 140 and 150. Ideally, I'd like to be closer to 140 than 150. So I still have a ways to go, but I think that it's really easy to lose sight of what you're doing when you get the majority of your weight off. Once you have lost 100 pounds or 196 pounds, in my case, it was 196 pounds total that I lost. And now I've gained back 40 of them, which makes it 156-pound weight loss. Well, that's not a small amount. That's still almost a quarter of what I lost that I've gained back. And of course, I'm starting to go down again, and that's great. But I think the reason that it happened was because I just wanted to be normal. I wanted to forget that I had to have gastric bypass, that I had gotten that big in the first place, that I couldn't eat the things that other people were eating, that I couldn't drink with my meals, that alcohol is very much verboten. And it's not so much that, I mean, one, it hits your system and it sucks. When it hits your system, it goes through and you get drunk really fast. But if you keep nursing drinks, by the time the end of the night rolls around, you've consumed so many calories, and you have done exactly what you're not supposed to do, which is drink your calories unless it's a meal replacement. And there is no nutritional value in alcohol. It does work as a relaxant, but there are better ways to relax. So I think that that's something, though, that's really easy to lose sight of. And you try it initially and it's okay, and you're okay, and you haven't gained anything. But when you make it a habit, or you start having several drinks in a week, then you start to run the risk of not only cross addiction but weight gain. And it is not fun to regain the weight, let me tell you. It made me feel like a failure, a big fat failure. And even though I can look back and say, wow, though, on the day that I got married in 2009, I was 336 pounds, and I'm definitely not that now. But even 167 or 166 isn't where I want to be. And I made mistakes that led me here. So I kind of wanted to talk about the fact that you kind of have to remember that you're never going to fit the mold of normal. You are always going to be post-op. You will lose your weight. If you follow the rules and you take your supplements, you won't get sick. There are obviously complications that can happen, but you will lose your weight. But it's also possible for you to start gaining it back if you don't keep following the rules. So I kind of wanted to put that out there. The other thing I wanted to bring up, sorry, I've got notes here. The other thing I wanted to bring up was that two, maybe three tools that have assisted me with starting to lose the weight again is I bought a Fitbit. It's a HR, so it monitors heart rate, so it lets me know, it buzzes when I'm in the fat burn zone. And I don't work out, which is another issue. That's a separate issue. But I walk about 5,000 steps a day, so that's where I'm at right now. I have fibromyalgia, so I have some physical issues, but I'm going to start a weight training program and start lifting weights. I'm about to join a gym and do that, so that's exciting for me, because I am determined to break some of the bad habits that I picked up, and I've already lost a lot of them. It's iced tea, guys, not soda. Unsweetened iced tea. And I have found that it is easier for me to maintain the good habits of not eating sugars and things like that if I don't actually eat fruit anymore. I was eating a lot of fruit, and fruit actually has a lot of sugar. And yes, you can tolerate fruit sugars, and fruit is supposed to be good for you, but maybe not so much when you've had bypass. You have to still, I know that we're told, oh, don't focus on the numbers, don't focus on the calories, etc. But once you get far enough out from your bypass and you can eat a little more, you kind of need to watch what things you're eating. And so I went back to getting my protein in first, and then if there's anything, if there's room after I've had my protein, then I will have some produce. So generally steamed cauliflower, carrots, things of that nature, broccoli. But I don't use any dressings, and I don't use a lot in terms of things to spice it up. I'll use plain seasonings, but I won't use butter or ranch or anything, fun. Especially since I am trying to lose again instead of just maintain. And you'll know as you get further along in your journey, you'll know what things you can eat and maintain. When you get to your maintenance stage, you'll know what those things are that you can eat and maintain, and what things you just cannot have without gaining. What else do I have here? Oh, I also got the Fitbit Aria, which is the scale, and it's a pretty fancy dancy scale that syncs to the app on my phone, as well as, so it takes the data from my Fitbit and then also from my scale and syncs the information together in the app, so I can sort of track not just my weight, but also my body fat percentage, which really stinks. I think the reason that I'm even at 140 pounds with skinny fat had to do with my lack of working out and the amount of muscle that I lost. So, right now, it's kind of a little scary to put it out here in public, but my body fat percentage is 38%. So that's not good. That means I only have like 102 pounds of lean muscle mass in there. Um, yeah. So, hence joining a gym, starting a weight program. I am getting in all of my water, and I had about 6 months there where I couldn't afford my special vitamins, and I was buying generic ones from the store, gummies that I don't think were absorbing as well. I was more tired. So I'm back to using my Bariatric Advantage vitamins. If you haven't heard of them, they are fantastic. This is a formula that comes with iron in it, and it's got 45 milligrams of iron. You take 3 of them, and it's a special dissolvable capsule, so you don't have to be stuck necessarily with chewables or gummies. You can just take them. And then, of course, you have to wait an hour. Then I also have the Bariatric Advantage calcium supplements. I have them in, I think, wild cherry, and I take additional vitamin D1, which again, it's a special dissolvable capsule, and I take B1, also Bariatric Advantage, special dissolvable capsule, and then 3 days a week, I take the sublingual B12. The reason that I take this particular brand is because the dissolvable capsules are designed to dissolve in 20% less stomach acid. And after you have gastric bypass, you only have 20% of your stomach acid. And so it allows that absorption to actually take place. My blood work has come back fantastic every year that I have been on these. My blood work comes back, all of my levels are acceptable. The only thing that's ever a little bit low is vitamin D, and that is related to fibromyalgia. I have fibromyalgia, and pretty much everybody who has fibromyalgia has a vitamin D deficiency. So that's just the thing. That's why I take the additional D. A lot of gastric bypass patients don't, and you do whatever your doctor, dietitian, nutritionist tells you to do, but that's what mine has me doing. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. But my scale and my Fitbit have really helped me with my awareness. I like that it tells me if I go ahead, I can just scan a barcode in the app and put in the amount of it that I ate and track my calories that way, and I can track my protein that way. And it really, for me, weighing every day is important, because when I don't weigh every day, I am far more likely to eat the things that I shouldn't. And everybody does it. I know that everybody eats or drinks something that they shouldn't. Sometimes I like to have a venti latte from Starbucks, hot, and it's 240 calories, and there's 8 grams of protein in it, so I try to pretend it's a protein shake. That's not really an appropriate meal when you think about the fact that, the Isopure Zero Carb is 50 grams of protein. So, yeah, we all do things that we shouldn't, and I'm guilty of having done those things, and I'm trying to get back on track, and I hope you guys are all having a fantastic weekend. Thanks for watching.